Alpacas with presents. Alpacas with presents.
Here, you touched Jimmy?
I did not touch Jimmy.
What's under your bologna? I saw you.
You saw me? I didn't touch Jimmy. I never, ever would touch Jimmy. And our district is really trying hard to keep the teachers in the classroom to teach the children. What a concept. Good morning, friends. Oh wait, it's not morning. It's Monday. It's almost 5 o'clock, and I am just now checking in with you guys after a really long Black Friday. I actually smashed my finger between a pallet at work. It looks fine now, but it was quite frightful on Friday. I was a little concerned. And then last night, 9 o'clock's rolling around, and I'm getting real tired. It's almost 10. Just trying to go home, and I'm pointing out something to somebody, and I'm talking with my hands, and I just waved my arm like, oh, it's over there, and I kaboom, smacked my hand into a clothes rack, which of course is metal, and got a little bit of a bruise showing, but not much. So that's great. The bruise just started recently showing up today, so I feel like it'll show up tomorrow and be real ugly. So it's a good thing it's long sleeve weather, so nobody will see it. I'm getting observed tomorrow for foundation, so I have to take things home, so I should put that in my backpack before I forget, because it's over here. I like how I just said backpack, because I don't use a backpack. It's like school. I got my homework away. So I actually have to have a lesson plan made for it, which means, gotta actually print out the lesson plan and an example of it. Because usually I just go by with what the book is saying. Obviously, when it's a bigger group, you can't be, holding the book or reading from it, but when it's a group of 3, it's really easy to do that. So that's one thing I'm working on, which is, these cookie sheets, cards right there, or book. If you've never heard of News 2Y, N2Y, News 2, kind of like Newsella, but it's not, it's better. So here's an example of what one of my students is currently reading. Usually we try to do one article a week, and so on Monday we read the entire article, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday we just keep reading it again. Except this is a ridiculously long story, so we didn't get that far. So then they have a recipe page, which we never do because I don't have an oven, and the school doesn't have an oven. If they ever have a lemonade recipe, we would do that. Sometimes there's jokes. They enjoy that, and then there's comprehension questions over there. We answer those on Friday usually. Ooh, there's a game on this one too. So that's great. My poor kid. So it's on Wreck-It Ralph. Last week I think it was something Thanksgiving related, which, Thanksgiving. So highlighted ones are words that he was getting wrong and we need to work on. So Vanellope is a character in Wreck-It Ralph. And every time he'd get to this word, he'd look at me because the poor kid, he just can't say the word. I'd sound it out, Vanellope, Vanellope. And he'd be like, Vanellope? Vanellope. And then eventually I just gave up correcting it because the poor kid's in speech and he knows he's saying it wrong, but he just can't say it right. I'm sure there's words that some people do the same. Compromise and compromise. I used to mix up all the time. And actually in college, I did a presentation on, I can't even tell you what it was on, but instead of saying compromise, I said compromise in a presentation in college. Yeah, that wasn't good. Oops. Okay, anyways. So, I've been Velcroing some things. Apparently, myself and whoever was here last never used the, hard, scratchy part and only used the little soft part because that's, literally all of the soft Velcro I have left. I'm having to, ration it. And now I need to just buy the soft part of Velcro, but obviously you can't just buy soft Velcro. It comes in, pairs of 2. So that's great. So I just have a ridiculous amount of the hard scratchy part. And then these scissors, which are permanently destroyed. They're just Velcro cutting scissors now because they just are horrible for anything not Velcro related. Hello, fake camera. So, I'm trying this with one student. It's just me and the janitor, so I'm out here talking. I'm gonna try this with a student. I have a lot of kids that run down the hallway. Like, they're so excited to get to my room, and I want them to stop and get to their handprint, and I'm gonna write words on the handprints that he's getting wrong. So the student that was doing the Vanellope story, I'm gonna write some words that he was commonly getting wrong in the story that are relevant to the real world. And eventually I think I'll probably do, for most of my students, like my kindergarten first graders are probably just all going to work on the same sight words. My second graders all have pretty similar words where they're struggling with the digraphs, like the difference between CH and SH. So a lot of their words will probably be like that, and sight words like, I don't know what oh, here's their chart. So full and pull trick them up so much. And then same thing with like what and was. Even though I'm like constantly preaching, what's my WH rule? Who, what, when, where, why? They're always forgetting the WH until I like say it, and then they're like, oh yeah. So that would definitely go on there. And then one of my fourth graders and one of my fifth graders are the same guided reading level. They're about an M. They're really similar. So they would probably just share the same, which they love unicorns. So I'm going to look for like a nice unicorn paper and write their words on there. They're doing the same System 44 program too, and they're on the same level. So it would be good for them to share. And then, so then obviously they're shorter than me. I'm going to have to like bend over. So then they would hit the like, how about I write the words first? Yeah, I'll write the words. So if you stand back enough, then you can see that's pretty low to the ground. So if I was to have to hit this, I'd have to bend over pretty far. But for a shorter fourth grader, it should be okay. Outfit of the day. Okay. Walmart dress. Walmart tank top, because this is pretty low cut. And then look at these leggings. They're alpacas with presents. Alpacas with presents. Okay. So anyways, we got movie, main, arcade with the, so this is like our reading mastery mark. So we use reading mastery as well. So E's on the end, A says its name. That, does, and find are all words he was commonly getting wrong. So this is almost like too dark, probably the darkest like shade I could do before a black doesn't really show up very well. So most of my kids are girls, so they'll probably want like pinks and yellows and purples, so it'll be good. You may be wondering, what's this giant white paper on here? Oh, new door deck. Deck the Halls is next week. Deck the Halls is just like a Christmas celebration, and it like raises money for the pink studio. Okay. Let's see. Is this the right way? Yes, it is. So, I'm not gonna light this horrible, but it's the Grinch. So it'll look something like this, and we'll probably do like a cheesy quote or cute little artwork that goes next to it. So I'm gonna put my blanket away, and I'm gonna get out of here and ignore the mess, go home, watch some TV, eat some dinner, and do, oh, I need to put that in my bag, otherwise I will not do it. So, either the janitor didn't vacuum last week, but I didn't give candy to anybody today, so I think that could be an eraser cap that was chewed on. Fantastic. Today's just one of those days where I'm leaving my table a mess and I don't care. That one's a mess too, but whatever. Also, my Para keeps like her lunchbox and her snow pants and stuff behind the door right here, along with her coat on the hook. And I feel like I should buy a cute little cabinet or something for it, because the door like could just stop right there and there could be a cabinet, but you know, that's for another day. Those need to be fixed. Books on the floor. Oh well. Bye, room. It's gonna be so dark and cold out. So I'm borrowing my parents' extra car because mine is getting the brakes fixed today, which It's like brake pads or something. It's a 4-month-old car. Why am I having to replace the brakes, and why is the whatever not under warranty? I don't know, but such is my life. So I borrowed my parents' car so I wouldn't have to get a rental. So we'll see how much these brakes will cost me. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Oh my god, it's so cold. Oh, I feel so bad for my parrot. She's outside for recess for an hour because she covers both recesses. Oh, I don't think I could do it. I did it for student teaching for a half hour, and that was like real hard. Okay, unlock. Oh no, I dropped my mitten. Struggle. Okay, bye-bye, 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 bye-bye. If you're a big kid like me, then you get 2 things of chips. Tuesday. It flew by. It feels like a Friday, and that I should be heading to Walmart because it's 5 o'clock now, but it's not. It's only Tuesday. I am eating my applesauce. Oh my god. Almost had applesauce everywhere. I'm eating my applesauce from lunch because I didn't have time to eat it. The cook loves me so much, but she always gives me so much food that I cannot finish in the 25 minutes I have to eat. Also, tutoring was okay. There's a boy who just likes to talk in voices that aren't exactly normal. Doesn't have a label or anything. Totally normal kid. He just talks like a demon sometimes. Like, and just be quiet, and that's all of a sudden you just hear that voice and you're just like, what? So that keeps the life interesting. Never had that before. I guess I was never trained in college on how to behavior modify your student's voice. So a Wilson rep came today and was observing me do foundations teaching and just offering like advice and feedback on how I can improve my teachings and keep my kids like more on task. It was mostly good. My students had like a minor meltdown at the end where he was just like, I want to swing. And I'm like, 5 more. And so after every word we tapped, sun, and then we use the tile boards, we make sun, we'd spell it back, S-U-N. Can I go swing it? 4 more. And so when one was there, yes, he got his 5 minutes on the swing. I had really good reviews. I was doing like one thing wrong, and then she wants me to do more modeling with Baby Echo, what I'm doing now. So this is the 2nd grade board. It's not the 1st grade board. I don't use this one for 1st grade, but here to demonstrate. So you would do A, apple, A, B, bat, B, just so the kids remember what the sounds are that are associated with the pictures. And I have been using this poster, and she wants me to stop using this poster because she thinks the kids are like too used to seeing the pictures, and she wants to make sure that they have it memorized for the actual words that go with that. So that's all great. It's easy feedback to fix. But now it's Tuesday, tomorrow's Wednesday, and we have a coaches meeting for Tier 2. And you know what that means? Sub-plans. No. Usually we have the coaches meeting like in the morning, and then the afternoon is like a work period where we get together with people that are in different tiers or from different like schools, and we just talk about our plans and what kind of things that we're implementing in the schools for like the PBIS process and such. But they like flipped it up, so now we're meeting like as a school, aka my partner and myself, because our school is so small. We're talking about some data from the BEST screener, and then we're just going to talk about some students that we are looking to put into a math intervention with me, which means something else to prep. It's the bridges. So that'll be super interesting to show you, because it's like my favorite. Lots of spinners and games and super fun cards. So luckily, I think it should be a pretty easy sub-plan day. I just have to actually sit down and write it, which I would rather not do at 5 o'clock, but tutoring, yay, Tuesday, tutoring. My partner feels the same. But it was either me do it or nobody would be able to be in tutoring. So I did it. Also, having a para is amazing. So, A, she's getting done like stuff I've been like procrastinating on forever. B, she's working on a new door deck for me, so I'm gonna have her try to replicate this. I traced it for her already. All she has to do is like paint it and make it pretty. I almost drank an entire water bottle today. Like, there's like nothing in there, and this never happens. I finished my coffee, filled it with water, and drank all the water. Usually I can't even finish my coffee. Free time. What is this life? And then graded some foundation tests for me. She finished gluing in all of these pages that I've been procrastinating on doing because it takes so long to cut out the pages and glue it in. She cleans the room. She washes the tables. And then at the end of the day, when I'm running around here like a crazy person trying to get ready for tutoring and get all my kids on the bus, and Mondays I have tier 2 meeting, Tuesday is tutoring, Thursday is tutoring, so only Wednesday and Friday I'm actually in my room for the times that she's here at the end of the day. And she's, oh, is there anything I can do for you? I'm like, oh gosh, no, you're so helpful. I don't have anything for you to do. Makes me feel like I should be providing her more things to be doing, but I don't have that much stuff that she could be prepping because I'm not really that prepared and organized of a person. Like, I'm just doing it on the fly. So I guess I should change that. But hey, maybe after Christmas, right? Maybe. Okay, let's get some sub-plans done. So our district has implemented this thing last year that they want to be future ready classroom challenge. So basically it's just us completing educational computer technology skills with not only ourselves but implementing it in the classroom. So I'm crazy. I decided I'm doing this one. Introduction to Level 1 Google Certified Educator. And what I think is interesting is it's all these videos and trainings you have to do, but the first training itself is 85 minutes long. So it's going to take me a long time, but if you're like me and you impulsively sign up for things and don't know how to say no, you become your technology coach at your school. Yeah, great job, great job. So I should set an example and complete a challenge. Learn to say no. It'll do you well. It's 6:18. I don't know why I keep hearing weird noises and thinking other people are in the school, because obviously it's just me. It's always just me here late at night. I don't know how the other teachers do it and they magically get out of here at a decent time. Some leave exactly at contract time, which is 3:30, and that's a pipe dream. Even on early release days, the first day of school, the last day of school, I never leave early because I never have my life together. But sub-plans are done. Let me show you. So here's the actual plan with names on it. So we'll put that over there. We've got possessive nouns. Somebody needs to finish. They didn't finish it. Got a math worksheet. So there's 2 of those. And then when they are done with that, we've got some addition and subtraction that we're working on. I thought we had it down pat, and then during tutoring tonight, one of the girls just fell apart and forgot entirely how to borrow. So it's we're back to square one. I don't know what happened, but we're working on it. Okay, we got LLI. Got the book Amazing Eyes. They need to finish reading You Can't Stop Trudy. They have a worksheet that goes with it. I need to be careful how I'm doing this so I don't make a mess. Foundations kids. So this is what the teacher's going to have them write. And then when they're done, I'm going to have them work on... Mr. Grinch, please don't take my blank, draw a picture, because I want them to have a cute little door deck outside my door. I have a student who's working on news to you, so it's just little pictures and easy words that we're working on. Got some reading mastery. This is the worksheet that goes with it. Then they're going to do the Grinch as well. Let's see what's under here. Well, I got a student that has a math test. We've got some System 44. Then we will be doing some foundations. I'm basically just having you practice the sounds and practicing writing the sounds, consonants, digraphs, and some simple CVC words using the foundations whiteboards and the markers. And it's dark in here. So I'm finally gonna leave and go home and eat some food. Bye! If you ever want to make your janitor mad, you get to turn the lights off, because that's the only way to make him mad. Also, these doors are notorious for not actually shutting. So you have to actually push on the door and make sure that it's shut. Otherwise, the building committee people, oh, it's dark. The building committee people will call your cell phone because it's listed under the school directory, and you have to like drive back to the school. This is so far away that it's just quicker if they call you and make you go back because you left the door wide open apparently because the lock doesn't work, and then the wind blows and then the door of the school is wide open. Such is life. Hello friends! It is Wednesday afternoon. I had a sub today in my classroom. This morning we were spending some time with work time. We were working on our PBIS processes within a school district. So our Tier 1 and Tier 2 teams met together and we chatted about just some things that are happening, what we're doing right now to implement processes that we've discussed. So we talked about some of the best screener data that we were working on. Yeah, so we were just working together as a team. There's 2 of us on Tier 2 and 2 of us in Tier 1. So we were just working on some processes. Tier 1 is working on a poster that they're making. We have our school celebration next week, I believe, for the goals that we've accomplished through our Tier 1 team. So we were just talking about how some of the logistics will go with that. And then in the afternoon, we had a 3-hour meeting where, there's usually a stoplight here, but now there's a stop sign. I'm stopping and I'm going. I don't know why there's a stop sign there, but okay. Anywho, yeah, 3-hour meeting. So at this 3-hour meeting, we spend the first hour and a half, a lady was presenting on like self-care. So basically how, teachers are stressed and how like you can, various things you can do for self-care. So we're talking about like a lot on your own like personal mental health. Not only your personal mental health, but also things like breathing exercises, different like yoga things you can do in the classroom. And yes, some of this is all good information, but then we started talking about things that make us stressed, and we watched some videos that were like, cute dogs, and really it was an hour and a half of my time that I felt was really wasted. Sometimes our district has really awesome things that they have planned, and sometimes it's just kind of a lemon, and this one was kind of a lemon. I mean, she's a really nice lady, she knew what she was talking about, but it wasn't really any new information that was practical to what our interventions currently are on the Tier 2 teams. And so one would hope that our district right now is trying really hard to not have teachers out of the classroom so much that, because if you think about it, I think I've probably missed like 10 days of the school year already, just going to meetings and trainings and stuff. And our district is really trying hard to keep the teachers in the classroom to teach the children. What a concept. So part of the meeting was like kind of a waste. But so the entire district, all the Tier 2 members, we met together. We talked about what's going on in other schools and what like cool things they're doing, kind of like what ideas we could steal from them if we thought it was a super cool idea, which a lot of the ideas that other schools are working on are really cool. So it's something that other schools would steal, or they might want to steal our ideas, because we are full of good ideas. I'm so tired. I don't really know how I felt about that meeting though. We really, the work time really wasn't necessary. Like there wasn't really anything that we needed to be doing because we'd already discussed our action plan. And I was just really thinking about that. I was at school last night till like 6:30 working on all these sub plans for tomorrow, like for today, when what I was attending really wasn't something relevant to what's going on in the classroom right now. So I was kind of bummed at that. And not only that, I was tired because I didn't go to bed last night at a decent time because I was still doing sub-plan things or like grading papers because I was at school too long. And then so today in this meeting, I was tired. I was yawning. We closed our eyes and did like a breathing exercise for like 2 minutes with some nice music, and I'm not gonna lie, I almost fell asleep. It was rough. But it is time for me to go get some coffee. I haven't had Dunkin' in a week. Dunkin' is kind of far away from where I live. I mean, not really. It's like probably 10-minute drive or less. But I'm already in my car, already kind of sort of on the way to Dunkin'. My apartment is like right there. So it is a bit of a drive. Like 10 minutes. But my boyfriend still works till like 6 and it's 3:30 now. And I'm not gonna drive a half hour to my school because that would just be pointless. I can just get my act together tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna go to Dunkin'. Hey, we talked about stress and how you can like cope with stress, things that you can do to treat yourself, and I am gonna go treat myself. So I'm gonna go get Dunkin'. Obviously I'm getting large iced pumpkin spice with cream and sugar. I'm gonna be really sad when it's discontinued. I tried Googling to find out when it would be discontinued so I would know that, like, oh my god, I have to go every day because I'm not gonna have it again until like next August. But I haven't had any luck online. So I feel like one of these times I'm just gonna show up and they'll be like, oh, we don't have that. Now we just have the winter flavors. Oh, sad. What's up there, pumpkin spice? Okay, see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is McDonald's breakfast day, so we'll see if that actually happens or if I just go to school. Bye, see you tomorrow. Hello, how's life?
Great.
Enjoying this winter wonderland?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, friends. It's Thursday, which is a tutoring day, and you know, to top off my day, some snow. It's kind of hard to decide how fast we should be going because it's still about like 2 inches and it's not our first snowfall of the year, but definitely on some of these side roads they're pretty slick. But I wouldn't necessarily say you're going below the speed limit except for like on curves or like the bridge overpasses, because bridge overpasses freeze first. So I'm going to McDonald's first. I left at basically my normal time. I can pretty much leave between 7 and 7:10 and still get to school by like 7:30-ish, which is good because we don't have to be there till 7:45. But I like to be there before 7:45 because my kids start showing up quite quickly. I'm not in the right lane. Okay. So I'm gonna go to McDonald's really quick. I really want a caramel macchiato because it's cold out. I'm not really hungry, so I should probably decide if I want a sandwich or not. But I'm definitely getting a large Coke because I have tutoring tonight and I need a little motivation, so I do without ice, and then I just keep it in the fridge because I love McDonald's Coke. It makes me very happy. I was supposed to get my brakes fixed this Monday, but it didn't happen because the computer like couldn't work with my car, which is crazy. Hi, can I get a large caramel macchiato and a large Coke with no ice?
And that large caramel macchiato, did you want that hot?
Yes.
And a large Coke or Diet Coke?
Regular Coke.
No ice?
Yes.
Okay. That completes the order?
Yep.
505 is the first one to please.
So, I guess when they're fixing brakes on cars, they just plug it into the computer and it's supposed to like tell you what kind of brakes it needs or something. And my car like wouldn't work with their system, and I guess it's just like my car in general. Like they do lots of Fords, lots of Escapes, and lots that are 2017s, but like just my car in general wasn't working with it. Here I am waving around my credit card again. Don't mind me. So now we have to take it to the Ford dealer, which is good because I've had like these like random pop-ups happening where it's either telling me that my parking brake is released, but I've only used the parking brake once in my life, so I don't know what that's about because the parking brake is not on. And then sometimes, probably like once a week if I'm in a drive-through, usually hopefully in a drive-through, or I'm like waiting at a stoplight, or I'm like waiting to take a left turn, the car will just like randomly like shut off and be like, oh, engine needs to restart, and like sometimes it's a green light, I need to go, and here I am shutting off the car and having to restart the engine. So that's a problem. So maybe it's all connected to whatever's wrong with the brakes, because I guess it just needs a fix or repair, new brake pads, something like that. But I've only had the car for 4 months, so unless I'm a ridiculously hard, heavy user on the brakes, I don't know why I need a brake change. But the experts say I do, so I'm going in. Unfortunately, brake pads are not under warranty, but if it's anything wrong with like the brake computer engine thing that's telling me all these warnings that I have no idea why I needed these warnings for, then that would be under warranty. So let's hope it's just a super easy fix and not something ridiculously hard, because I love my car. I do not want to be stuck borrowing my parents' car. I'm lucky that I have the option that if I do need to borrow a parent's car, like they're totally cool with it, but like I'm 25 now. I do not need my parents' car. I'm an adult. Caramel on my finger again. Why does this always happen? And I know this McDonald's lady, she loves me. Like, come on, wipe my cup with a napkin, please.
This year, you touched Jimmy.
I did not touch Jimmy.
What's under your blanket? Baloney, I saw you.
You saw me? I didn't touch Jimmy. I never, ever, ever would touch Jimmy. 30 days left of tutoring. Look how fantastic our door deck is looking. I did all the tracing. I'm having my para do some of the painting when I'm at meetings and tutoring, and it's working out fabulous. And yesterday when I had a sub, I had some of my students do this poster. And I had some of my tutoring students do it tonight, so that's 15 more kids that are going to be on that wall. And the nice thing is we have Deck the Halls next week on Thursday, so that's like a big fundraiser kind of raffle project our school does. And so literally every kid and their parents come, which is like half the population of this town. So it's really busy, and they look at all the Christmas artwork, and we have a little program. I think the music program's next week too. So we'll have a lot of parents in the school, and so we want to have a cute door and lots of cute little holiday decorations where they can see the work of their students. Now again, where I teach isn't very diverse, so we don't necessarily cover things like Hanukkah or Kwanzaa. We just always do Christmas themed things because all of the 147 students that go to the school are all students that celebrate Christmas. Now, if we had some diversity and some other people that would be celebrating something besides Christmas, I'm sure we would make an effort to do so. But we don't at this time. Like, I know a lot of schools, it's kind of like a classroom teacher decision whether they do Elf on the Shelf or not, and like our whole school does it. Like, our principal hides it for us. And so I got in a little trouble today because I didn't really know that you're not supposed to touch the elf. And the secretary who was punching in lunch number was like, hey, that's pretty tall, like, that's pretty high up. Can you reach that? And I was like, and I just like reached up and like touched its foot as a kid was coming out of the bathroom and was like, oh, Monsieur touched the Elf on the Shelf. And I was like, oh, it's a 5th grader. Like, they probably don't believe. No. The whole school now knows me as the person who touched the Elf on the Shelf and lost its magic. So Jimmy no longer has magic. Oops, my bad. So apparently Cinnamon helps regain the elf's magic. So tomorrow he's going to be in a spot with a little thing of cinnamon, hopefully regaining his magic. This weather is really a shock. Oh, I just got snow in my shoe because I am not wearing full-on leggings. Oh, okay. This weather, oh my God. There's just a man right there walking down the road. How creepy. Okay, this weather is kind of cold and it's only 20 degrees. So when it's negative 30, how am I gonna live with myself? Why is this man walking down the road? Is it weird if I feel guilty that I'm not doing anything with students and I have free time? Like, I'm just so used to being like from here to there to here to there and like running around with all these kids, and that like when I actually have free time I'm just like, oh my God, like what should I be doing? Like, who could I be helping? Like, I'm just not used to this. Like right now my para's in with 1st grade, my kindergartner's in library, my 4th graders are having fun Friday, and then my 2nd grader's doing math workplace games, and he's really good at math. So what am I gonna do with myself? Like, my 5th graders are doing a presentation, so I'm gonna sit here, write an IEP, and eat some popcorn in the middle of the day. This never happens. So I look up at the clock and I'm like, OMG, it's 5 o'clock. I work at 6. If I want to get McDonald's, I need to leave like now. We've made so much progress today on Mr. Grinch. He looks fantastic. And then I think these letters, so the Grinch got a, shoot, there should be an N. Got an awful wonderful idea. So the letters, the Grinch got an awful wonderful idea. I think there's supposed to be an N somewhere, so I'm going to have to look in the recycle bin for the N, since I wasn't paying attention to that. But our little Grinch wall looks really good, so I'll put the letters on top. I might do something with these to cut them out and put them with my Grinch letters. I don't really know. I just kind of impulse laminated them. But the good news is only a couple of the students remember that I was the one that touched the elf, and he's sitting by a jar of cinnamon. I forgot to show you, but he's already been moved for Monday. He's hiding in a box. So if I remember the next time I walk down that way, I'll give you a little glimpse of where our elf will be hiding on Monday. So on that lovely note, I'm going to leave you guys right here. It's Friday. I'm headed off to Walmart, and my week is over for now in the vlogging world. Thank you so much for watching this far. If you liked this video, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel so you can see all my fantastic content, and I'll see you guys next week. So we normally have a 10% associate discount on basically everything, and if you work Thanksgiving, they give you an extra 15%, so you get 15% and 10% for 25% off basically the entire store. So look what I bought. Obviously some necessities in my life.